Let's have a little talk about Nico, because I'm not gonna lie, we're in over 480 days of this guy, and you know what? He was my favorite, and to be honest, he's still one of my favorite looking heroes in Call of Dragons. But there is a little problem with him, and let's actually discuss the issue that is Nico actually worth it in Call of Dragons? Hello guys, yes, smash a like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos with me, MrSneakyy. And yes, we talk about the one and only Ginger Afro, the one wonder, seasonal one, gold key commander, the hobbit, the ginger boy, Nico, right? The one, I love him. I'm not gonna lie, I do love him. I think he's one of the funniest heroes in his little like story. I kind of like his design as well. He's kind of cool and stuff. But the whole premise of this video, as you can imagine in this title, is Nico actually worth it? Because the thing is, I've been playing this game 480 plus days now, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm slowly never really using this hero. And the reason why, as you can imagine, is the problem that Nico suffers with is the fact that at 5111 in the very first season for all players, honestly, he's a fantastic hero and he does so much great work for your account. But as soon as you enter that season 2 and you start to get access to Syndron and Frega, as well as even Kanara in the Lucky Wheel in that next season that you might experience with Nico here, right? You realize he just gets outshined for the value that you put into him. And yes, he's a gold key commander, I know, but the problem is what I've basically been discussing with most players, and again, I think a majority of the community is starting to agree with me in here, is the fact that Nico, even though if you've got him like mine at 5-2-5-5 here, still doesn't really feel great in PvP. And the only time Nico feels really good in Season 2 onwards, when you're using this amazing like archer guy from the start, is actually when he's awakened. And that's kind of a sad thing with this guy. I feel like Nico's hit that almost kind of, I won't say it, reputation, where he's a hero from the gold keys that early game is amazing at 5-1-1-1. You can pair him up with your Gwanwyn, you can pair him up with your Craig, you can pair him up with so many weird combinations, even in cavalry that some people have been doing, right? And he does some great performances in every one, and that's all in season 1. But then in season 2, like I said, if you don't have this hero expertise, you don't really get that much out of him, and you feel the difference. Like, you do get outperformed compared to other players, and that's because honestly this skill here is so strong. The fact that you deal 200 damage factor and you trigger this yourself through a defense break here is fantastic. You can also do a defense break through Kanara. As you guys know, that is a very popular pairing because of the ambush trigger here in the control tree, which is really nice. And obviously you pair that up with, as you can imagine, your Snow Peak Rock, and you got like that beautiful recipe of disaster, because with the passive of Nico that's awakened, and you had an awakened Kanara that's already inflicting defense breaks through her normal attacks, you can see the damage output. But if you have a Kanara that's got an awakened state and a Nico that's 5-2-5-5, as you can imagine, it's not that good, guys. It might feel it, but it's really not, because you lose out, honestly, on so much damage that people have. And that, I think, is the common issue. And when you have someone like Kanara paired up with Syndron, even at 5-1-1-1, this hero does an absurd amount of damage in the game and can be such a great pairing for players if they get the ability to unlock him through maybe the Wheel of Destiny, or if they're lucky through the Strongest Lord, right? So I hope you guys have maybe understood where I'm coming from and enjoyed today's, kind of input on Nico. But if you are using Nico, don't worry. I'm not going to leave the video there and make you guys probably wonder, should I keep investing in him or not? As you can see, I'm investing in him through the gold keys only. So whenever gold keys, come through and I get that extra 10, I feel good. But if you're using him, I am going to just showcase, some talent pages here that we could be running on your hero. So if you are using him in Season 1, everyone will know the raid, if you want to call it, mechanic of Nico. And by doing this, you're going to go basically into the precision tree. So I'm going to just showcase how quick it is to build this live. And it's so easy for players. All you're going to be doing, as you can imagine, is going straight down the middle and grabbing your fragility, which is increasing your normal attack damage, which is great. We're now increasing even more normal attack damage while we're above 50% and increasing our crit rate and crit damage. And then if you're in a war, if you're in a behemoth raid, which you are, you're always going to have this up at most times. Literally, this is going to be up at maximum for the duration of your raid. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. So you can put this out. You're going to ramp up over the course of the raid. If you don't want to ramp up and just be a little bit more greedy, you could try this 15% chance to trigger another additional normal attack. It is still fine, but personally this for raiding to me is the best way. And you can do a few other stuff again from here, right? You could go down like the rage generation. Maybe you take a load of damage in raids and you're not really good at dodging. You could actually take some more healing through dedication. Or if you are really struggling in dodging obviously those mechanics, guess what? We can put some overall speed. You could literally give yourself 10% march speed just to help dodge those mechanics. And with your extra 5 points, again, you can put it in your impressible, which I would always get at least towards the end. And you can see you've got a few points left to put in wherever you want, right? And it's as simple as that for the PvE rating. If you're looking just for a quick talent page again for Nico, and this is going to be for your PvP, the bread and butter one that I always would suggest is going down this marksman tree. And what you're going to be doing is granting just 1 point into here. It sounds a bit crazy, I know, but it grants you that little bit of mobility to get in and out of combat. And then from here, we're going to grab the rage, the skill damage, as well as the rage chance, or should I say the extra skill damage on here. If you're wondering why we take this and we don't take Bullseye for more of a attack steroid based build, when you're a free-to-play player and you're maybe still using Nico in the game, what you honestly rely on is obviously skill cycling. So if you can skill cycle more often, you're going to be doing a ton more damage. Even with you're an archer, you're going to be able to basically hit those defense reductions more often, hit a nice burst of like damage, and then follow up with a nice, maybe 5-6 seconds of higher normal attack damage while you're ramping up for the next rage cycle, right? That's kind of why I like running Shower of Blows, nice and simple. And then we're going into some beautiful marksman HP, some more rage generation going into last word, and you're going to see why we take this, because for me, I like taking burst shot just to give yourself some extra damage. But when we go into now the precision tree to finish off this build, we are going to do the same 1-4 split. But more importantly, you will finish by putting last word 5 out of 5 and then invincible. Or again, you can do whirlwind to double up on like a similar, damage based ability. But what you've done here is actually created, as you can see, a overlap. So you've got 8% actual counter attack damage, and with your Nico, it's really good because it means you have 28% counter attack damage bonus, which is beautiful. And there's 2 quick builds for Nico, right? So it isn't the end of the world. I didn't want to just, leave you guys showcasing, why I don't think maybe Nico is that good anymore. But the harsh reality, I think, is with Nico nowadays, guys, he's going to be great at 5-1-1-1. You're going to use him for a long time until maybe you do get a hero like Freyga or Syndron, and you're going to realize you're going to replace him very, very quickly. Unless you're trying to obviously make 2 or 3 archer pairings, then that's completely different, as you can imagine. but majority of the time, you're not going to use him. I'm not going to lie, until he's awakened. Once he's awakened, guys, he's a different animal, and I'm going to say he's an amazing hero, which pumps out so much damage when he is awakened. But when he's not, let's just be real, I don't think he's that good. So let me know what you think, you know, let me know your opinion. This is, again, me playing over 480 days playing on this game. I know some people share similar views, and maybe you guys have got different ways of, again, agreeing or showcasing, you know, like why you don't like using Nico nowadays compared to other heroes in Call of Dragons. So with all of that, smash a like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next video, stay safe, guys. Stay sneaky. Peace out.